common narrative about Korea is that there's a high emphasis on how you look and how you present yourself. I'm a couple of weeks away from having lived here in Korea for 5 years now, and in relation to that and Korean beauty standards, a question that I'm very often being asked is, how did I change after coming here and after living here for this many years now? And I think we should bring in Jake over this conversation as well. He grew up here but later moved to Canada and New Zealand, and he used to be a model here in Korea, so I think he has a great experience of how it is as well, maybe for the male perspective and for someone Korean national. So you're gonna get both perspectives in this video, so let's talk about that. We are hosting tonight. We're hosting Sunny and Chris. You might know them from YouTube and TikTok as well, but I think we've started a couple's tradition, which is game nights. So it's our turn to host, and I'm gonna cook for us. I got this vegetarian cookbook from my dad in Christmas gift last year, so thinking of choosing some pasta dish here. This looks so good. There's no E-Mart in my area, or at least like big supermarkets, so I had to take the bus, get a little far away, so I think I need to take a cab home, and I've bought everything I need to buy. Success. I was thinking of making a sort of healthy homemade soda with Korean traditional teas. So perhaps with some omicha and sansuyu berries. It's crazy to think about that I came to Korea as a teenager and now I'm turning 25. Time flies, but it also makes me think about when I came to Korea. I think as any other teenager, I was being really easily affected by what the narrative of the world was, what was written online, and what you hear mouth to mouth. And one of the things I heard about Korea was that everyone is super tiny, everyone is super skinny and really beautiful, and my manager at the time told me that I could do modeling when I came to Korea, and modeling would be a path that I could pursue if I wanted to earn some cash before I could start earning proper money on YouTube. And because of how I thought of Korea, I went into like such a stress mode. I felt so much pressure to lose a lot of weight because I'm already like a big girl, quote unquote. Like I'm very tall, I have wide shoulders, that's just how it is. And I thought that I needed to compensate for that to be super skinny instead. And so that's how I started, you know, having problems with food and eating and exercise, which I've told you about before, and that really started stressing my mind out a lot, and I got a really bad relationship to my body, all because of how I thought it would be in Korea and what I thought the narrative would be, regardless of how it really is in Korea. I wish I knew differently back then, and I wish that I didn't let myself be pressured so much for things that was more a stereotype than an actual experience I had. And I hope that people who are wanting to come to Korea or want to go into something new don't get hung up on what you're being told. Because more often than not, they're not true. Or at least they're much more nuanced, like it actually turned out to be in Korea. I've had a really tough morning this morning. I got my period and I feel that I'm a little bit more emotional and physical and mental discomfort that I usually am. So I've been lashing out a bit at Jake and I've been lashing out a bit at myself. So this is a moment where I really need to remind myself to forgive myself and to understand that there is a very logical and hormonal explanation to why I'm feeling like I'm feeling right now. That's one thing that I accredit to the fact that I moved to Korea or abroad. I feel like moving to a new country, and especially at a time where you're like still a teenager, it either brings you further away from yourself or closer to yourself. It makes or breaks you, basically. For the first year or so, it did break me a lot, and I felt like I got further away from myself because I also was even more and more getting a worse relationship with my body. I realized that if I have to feel comfortable in this setting, if I have to feel comfortable with myself and in life in general, this counts not only for if you're living abroad but also in your own country, I need to start building a relationship with myself and my body. What does my body feel like when it's happy, and what does it feel like when it's not happy? Get past the aesthetics of it. My biggest lesson in all of this is to track my cycle actually and understand the different phases, because I'm feeling bad, I'm really bloated, I feel heavy, and I just can't help but think back to a time where I wasn't tracking my cycle and understood that all of this is normal. So every time I felt this way back in the days, I would feel like something is wrong with me, or I'm ugly, I'm not beautiful, I'm a mean person, I'm all of these things. And really what understanding this cycle allows you to do is to forgive yourself. I've brought like 8 kilos of skincare right now or something like that, because every time a brand sends me products, they send me doubles. So once in a while, it's Christmas Eve for my friends. This isn't even all of the products. I just physically could not carry any more. Yeah.
Is this your pile here? Oh no, this is like...
And guys, after you're done with the skincare, I have makeup as well.
Oh my god, what?
Yeah.
What?
It's not from Hints though, there's no way in hell I'm giving away my Hints stuff. Okay, I've said goodbye to the girls, and I was walking around to find a gift for my friend Sumin. She's coming over for dinner. I'm cooking her lasagna tonight. I don't know, I'm in a cook for my friends kind of era right now, and I'm loving it. She just had a kid. Oh, it's the owner of Beauty of Joseon, by the way. She just had a kid not too long ago, and I haven't seen her since she gave birth, so I wanted to find a gift for her. And I think I have the perfect idea, which is that poster shop that I've showed you guys before. Poster, it's not posters, it's actual paintings from old Korean artists. And it's like my favorite store in all of Korea, I swear. So I'm gonna see if I can find something really cute for her as a little like congratulations gift. Okay, so he told me that these two that I got for Sumin, sorry for the TMI, but a huge clot of blood just like swooped itself out. You ladies know the feeling. Whew. Okay, anyways, sorry. He told me that these two that I got for Sumin is drawn on real silk paper. They kind of have like Beauty of Joseon vibes a little bit. And then I got these for myself. I have not decided yet if I'm actually going to give them to my mom. I just thought they were so beautiful. I love the green and yellow colors together. And this is a Chinese lady. And these two are drawn on rice paper, he said. I thought like we we definitely needed the Korean perspective on this conversation.
I used to do freelance modeling for magazines or lots of online projects for photo shoots and couple runways. It was when the skinny guy, the pretty guy.
Sorry.
Are you okay?
It's just
Are you?
his stomach is rumbling. Shh. Keep going.
Yeah, the skinny guy, the skinny look of men was famous back then with Saint Laurent, Jerome.
Korea?
Yeah, in Korea it was huge. Everybody was so skinny, men, and then yeah, so everybody was on a diet. They all wanted to be skinny. I was under 60 kilogram. I was like 58, 9-ish always, and I'm like 184 centimeter tall. So I was like really skinny. Now I'm 92 kilogram.
Yeah.
So imagine it was half of me. Yeah, I'm like double now.
Oh my god.
I got the most attention whenever I went clubbing in Hongdae. You know, just anywhere like events or parties. You know, I could feel like those girls were like like whatever give me attention, and then guys think that I'm a fucking like a hot motherfucker. You know, so it was really addicting in a sense. So that addiction got me into anorexia for about 6 months and a year, and it was quite painful actually. I barely ate every day. I couldn't even like socialize with people.
Would you say that was kind of common?
Like embarrassing. For guys?
Yeah.
No, not common, but some extreme people maybe. But that may actually happen a lot to girls in Korea, especially because I mean not anymore. We're slightly changing, but back then it was girls being skinny was like even like fucking like bigger than like guys in Korea. So probably girls were suffering a lot. Yeah, it was a very shitty time of my life. It's okay. I recovered
Yeah.
from actually living healthier in Canada, and that's why I love Canada so much. I mean, I only lived there for like 5 to 6 years, not that a long time.
But it saved you.
Yeah, it literally saved my life, just how I lived, and
So how would you say Korea has changed now?
Now, very positive. So now in Korea, I don't know, everybody watched the Physical Bag on Netflix.
Yeah.
The fitness,
Physical 100.
yeah, the fitness like trend is huge in Korea now. Everybody works out. Now I can tell when I'm in Gangnam-yeok or like some like busy area in Seoul, if there are 10 guys pass by, 3 to 4 guys, I notice that they work out. Yeah, so I like that change, that at least they all get healthier. Is better than just not eating and having some mental disorder and blah blah blah. Now at least they're at the gym and like pumping and like I love the change, and I myself too. I actually started working out a lot this year probably. But yeah, I like that everybody's more getting into the healthy lifestyle.
That's so interesting. Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
I always forget to go up this way from Gyeongli-dangil. It's such a cute area, honestly, and so many new cafes keep popping up. So I'm going to this place that I found on Naver right now that looked like it had like the most perfect view of the rain. Although it's not exactly raining anymore, but we can still get a nice gloomy day view over Seoul, I'm assuming. I was thinking about something while I was sitting and eating my pancakes. In my video that I made a year ago where I talked about Korean beauty standards as well, I mention that I didn't necessarily think that Korea had like more strict beauty standards or more beauty standards than any other country. It's just more, you know, it's less taboo and it's more normal to talk about them openly with everyone, even strangers. And that's something that I also hear a lot of people online as well talking about, like foreigners coming here, that they're all really shocked. I was as well, when people are very openly discussing your weight, pointing out any changes in your appearance, both positive and negatively. As a matter of fact, I know as well from my own Korean relationships that every time we meet each other and we have to see each other for the first time after a little while, it's always like, oh, 살 빠졌네, 살 쪘네. That's something that I got really used to hearing, especially as someone whose weight is fluctuating a lot all the time. And I'm not going to tell you that it doesn't bother me, because it does bother me a lot, but I have to remind myself that this isn't coming out of a negative thing. I think in the West, a lot of times when we think about someone who's addressing someone's weight, a lot of the times it's not nice, it's negative. I think we need to understand as foreigners here in Korea that Korean culture, I think a lot of Asian cultures as a matter of fact, there is a different togetherness and care about each other that we don't have in the West. I would say a lot of the times it comes out of the same feeling as, you know, asking if you've eaten. I think you've all heard about that before. So it's a way to make sure that you're okay, you're healthy, you're happy. I think, honestly, if I were to dissect it, I think that's what it is. But that still doesn't change the fact that I think it's really uncomfortable personally, and I know that a lot of younger Korean people think the same way, so I do think that this tendency might be changing with the generations. So I guess in terms of like how I've changed in relation to all of this is that I no longer just purely view it as something bad and evil. I think I've learned how to understand the culture more like wholesomely. 밥 먹고 있어?
밥난 다 먹었어.